Long before Josh Duggar was convicted on child pornography charges, his parents notoriously helped their predatory eldest son avoid prosecution for a previous spate of sex crimes. In 2015, the world learned that Josh had molested 5 young girls, 4 of whom were his sisters, and at the time, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar acted as though they went to the cops as soon as they found out about the assaults. We later learned, however, that the couple did everything they could to cover up their son's crimes. And were it not for the intervention of some longtime family friends, they might have been successful in keep that dark secret under wraps. Though the attacks first came into light several years ago, they're making headlines due to a surprising legal decision. In 2017, the 4 Duggar sisters who were molested by Josh filed a lawsuit against the Springdale Police Department, arguing that the organization had violated their rights by releasing Josh's police records to the press. The newest update, though, a judge dismissed the Duggar sisters' case just 2 days before a settlement hearing that was to provide them with the final chance to reach a deal without going to trial. From the beginning, the odds were against Jill, Jessa, Ginger, and Joyanna, as they would have needed to prove malicious intent on the part of the police department, who released the records in response to a Freedom of Information Act request from In Touch magazine. By dismissing the case before the settlement hearing, Judge Timothy L. Brooks denied the sisters of their final chance to be financially compensated for the release of any of the records. The judge explained his decision in a 20-page ruling which was obtained by Sarcasm this week. We're going to take a look at some of the things that were in this ruling. Unfortunately, whatever Mr. and Mrs. Duggar tried to do to stop Joshua's behavior did not work, and by 2003 they turned to their closest friends, Jim and Bobby Holt, for advice and support. Bobby Holt took the stand during Josh's child pornography trial and relieved that she became aware of Josh's sex crimes several years before his parents reported them to the police. Holt says she encouraged Jim Bob and Michelle to take action to prevent further abuse, but she did not report the crimes herself. At that point in his ruling, Judge Brooks assessed one of the more controversial aspects of the Duggars' independent Baptist community. In fact, were it not for steps taken by the Holt's teenage daughter Kaylee, the inquiry into Josh's crimes might have ended there. Kaylee was courted by Josh when she was 15, but her parents ended the relationship after learning of his sex crimes. Relieved to be freed from her obligation of the son, her parents' best friend, Kaylee continued to document her findings about Josh's assaults on young girls. For the next several years, it appears very few people outside of the Holt family knew the Duggars' secret, Judge Brooks wrote. However, in 2003, the Holt's daughter Kaylee wrote a summary of what she had heard from her parents about abuse in a letter to her favorite author. Instead of mailing the letter, she placed it in a book which she left on her bookshelf. There, the secret remained until 2006, when Kaylee loaned the book to a fellow friend and church member. Kaylee's friend found the letter and shared its contents with her parents, Brooks continued. From that point on, the Duggars' family secrets spread by word of mouth to the other members to their close-knit church community. The situation had become ahead around the time that the Duggars were invited to appear on Oprah Winfrey's daytime talk show. On December 7, 2006, the Arkansas Department of Human Services hotline received 2 tips that Joshua had molested his sisters. The first tip came from an anonymous caller to the hotline, Judge Brooks wrote. The second tip came from Harpo Studios, the producer of Oprah Winfrey's talk show. It seems the Duggars had caught the attention of the media at around the time because of their unusually large family. Oprah's production team canceled their appearance at the last second after the Duggars had already traveled to Chicago. 1 week later, the family was interviewed by police. On January 10, 2007, the Washington County prosecutor filed a FINS, Family in Need of Services petition, in the Juvenile Court of Washington County. In 2008, the Duggars became full-time reality television stars, and it wasn't until 7 years later that the public would learn the truth. And so the Duggars' long courtroom losing streak continues, and the family's battered reputation suffers yet another hit. We'll have further updates on this developing story as more information becomes available. Well guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to TV Explosion, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a video. Thanks for watching!